We're down to two Republican candidates. The DeSantis team moved out of New Hampshire, stopped their ad buys. They did not take their Iowa staff and move them to New Hampshire. They didn't really go into South Carolina either, and they took all of their event schedules down from their website. So it was pretty easy to predict at some point Ron DeSantis was going to be making the speech he made, officially dropping out of the race. Now, the question was going to be then, what was the timing, and who does it help that he's out now? I would imagine if you're Donald Trump, you look at the Ron DeSantis voter, they're a lot closer to Donald Trump voters than they are Nikki Haley voters right now.
He endorsed the former president. The former president thanked him for the endorsement, said he's a good man.
That's how you start rebuilding.
And they rebuild the relationship. A lot of people have asked, is there a chance that Ron DeSantis becomes vice president? There's zero chance because they both live in Florida, and constitutionally, both the president and the vice president cannot be from the same state. Also, if I was Ron DeSantis, I think I would keep working Florida. And like you said, and maybe, what was your idea? Maybe later in the administration, take a cabinet position and then be a springboard for running for president?
If President Trump wins, be helpful to the administration, advise them, on policies that have worked well in Florida. Keep up doing a great job in Florida. Keep your popularity up in the state as you return. Really go out to see the Floridians that you represent and kind of back off away from this kind of national thing. Keep doing the media. Keep talking about it. And then I say, I don't know if it'd be right off the bat because of some, just kind of cooling down period. But if President Trump, two things, he either utilizes Ron DeSantis on the campaign trail, and if he does that, then I think DeSantis could go into the cabinet early. If you don't see him on the campaign trail for Donald Trump, it might take a couple of years, but he'd certainly be someone you'd look at a couple of years down the road when he finishes up his term as governor to fill a cabinet spot.
I think he's a really good contender. I think he's one of the best governors in our country. I am a Florida property owner. I went through COVID with him and everything that he's able to do to keep that state going. So unfortunately, it wasn't his time, but I do empathize with the fact that when he made that statement yesterday, it was a bit of, oh, this is really over. It was funny is the night before we were out and I was talking to friends. I go, oh yeah, it's going to be over. Tuesday, it's it. But then the fact that we didn't make it to Tuesday and I feel like it was over, because I feel like once DeSantis dropped out, and DeSantis again was came in second in Iowa, and now we're headed to New Hampshire. We're not even to New Hampshire, and we're already essentially getting a declared victor.
If he handles this correctly, and I think so far he has by not staying in past your sell-by date, it just wasn't happening for him. He spent the money, he spent the resources, he did the work, and what happened was he went in, remember, thinking just when he started everything, even before he launched his official campaign, that maybe Donald Trump wasn't going to run again. And it wasn't 100%. He was facing a lot of legal issues, so maybe he decided, I'm going to go to the business side, get this figured out. I'm not going to go through this politics again. So he made that gamble, and he did a lot of great fundraising early on because a lot of people went along with him and said, you know what, I think you may be right. Or that people might be somehow tired of Trump, but they want the same kind of policies and issues. They want a MAGA candidate. And so he got in early, tried to be that person, but then the real MAGA candidate came in and he just lost all the support.